Like it or not, the rise of the Islamic State is the modern Reformation. It's tempting to view the rise of the Islamic State narrowly as the product of recent conspiracies and political events. For example, if the US and UK hadn't invaded Iraq in 2003, or we hadn't left so swiftly, the Islamic State wouldn't have had a chance to rise to begin with. But I think the Islamic State needs to be seen in a longer perspective. It's part of a convulsion within Islam no smaller than the Reformation was in Christianity. When historians write about what happened, they won't see it as a narrow local movement, but as a global intellectual movement that remade the Muslim world. In the 16th century, Martin Luther's Reformation harnessed the power of the printing press and rising literacy. He told Christians to read and interpret scripture for themselves, without the mediation of a priestly class that was obedient to Rome. Today's radical Islamic movements are telling their followers to read the Quran for themselves and to ignore the voices of mainstream clergy. The result is a movement of power to the people. For these Islamic Protestants, the technology of liberation is not the printing press, but the internet. They follow their new authorities on YouTube. These new authorities are less, not more, inclined to live harmoniously in the modern world. And this isn't new. Remember, Martin Luther was radical too, and the Reformation he started was a bloodbath. Many have called for a reformation in Islam, hoping to make it more compatible with Western norms. But these calls are at least a decade too late. The Reformation is already here, and it's called the rise of the Islamic State.